going to talk about a black hole.
Say hi first.
Hi, I'm Professor Alex, and today, first I need to draw a picture of a black hole on the other side.
Today we're talking about black holes.
Yeah, this is a black hole, and we need this. Wait. Oh.
So are you making a diagram of a black hole?
See, this is a black hole. So this is what a supermassive black hole looks like. Supermassive black holes, we don't know how they're formed.
Well, first tell me about the different kinds of black holes.
So there's supermassive, stellar, and intermediate.
And explain what those are.
Let's start with this one. This one is a supermassive black hole. It's with lots of white stuff glowing out, and this black stuff is the event horizon. So now, and this is the inside. This is a cut open of a supermassive black hole. You see, if you fell into a supermassive black hole, you would first go through the outer event horizon, the outer ledge. So, wait, I forgot. That was the event horizon of the white hole. I need to go. So, this is the outer event. So this right here is the, oh dear.
Well, tell me about it.
So this right here is the outer event horizon.
Okay, so there's an outer event horizon and an inner event horizon?
Well, first, yeah. And then comes the inter event horizon. That's the big black part of a supermassive black hole.
Well, what's an event horizon?
It's the very first part if you fell into a black...
turn so I can see you.
Okay, so in the outer event horizon, not much happens to you. But once you reach the inner event horizon, you couldn't escape because you wouldn't. It's because the gravity is too strong. And since that, you would be stretched a lot. It's because because let's pretend if you that you fell into a black hole and you fell feet first. If you fell feet first, your feet would be would have a pulling much harder gravity than your head. That's because your feet would be stretched much more than your head would be if you fell feet first.
Uh-oh.
Stretched.
Oh my goodness.
Last comes the singularity. There's hardly anything about this, but people do know that once you reach the singularity, astronomers think once you reach the singularity...
So the singularity is the center of the black hole?
Yep, it's the blazingly center. Once you reach the singularity, you would be stopped and then come back out. But it wouldn't be sucking you in anymore, it would be sucking you out. And you would come out through this green layer outside, and you would...
What's the green layer?
I just don't know. But you would come outside and you would find yourself and you would come out of a white hole.
What's a white hole?
And you would appear in a different universe. White holes mostly appear in different universes. We don't know if white holes actually exist, but maybe they could exist with black holes in our universe and white holes in a different universe.
Is this a theory that astronomers have?
Yeah, that's what astronomers think.
I see. So what are the other kinds of black holes?
Next comes the stellar black hole.
You need a piece of paper?
Yep. Here's a stellar black hole. This is what they
What does stellar mean?
I don't know.
Did you know that stellar means star?
Oh.
So it comes from a star?
So let's go. The stellar black holes look much different than a supermassive black hole, but they look similar. There's black in the center.
Well, you said that supermassive black holes are made up of a bunch of stellar black holes, right?
Yeah.
They all just kind of become one conglomerate.
Okay, so here's what a stellar black hole kind of looks like. So, where's the red? Where's it? Okay, so now we get
What's that?
that's the event horizon
Oh.
of a stellar black hole. And you would actually kind of see it like this.
And why are they called black holes?
Well, it's because they don't look like a hole, but the reason why they call it a hole is because they kind of look like a hole, sorta, but not quite. But
Because they have so much gravity that they do what?
that they pull things into themselves,
Including-
and even light can't
Including
escape.
light. Yeah.
This is another part of the event horizon.
Well, you taught me something. I didn't know what an event horizon was until you just taught me.
Yeah, what's an event horizon again?
Where you start falling into a black hole.
Well, you would, and well, Mommy, actually it's not that, but,
Oh, well, what is it then?
well, it's just an event. You reach the event horizon where you start falling into a black hole.
I see.
I know, but I think I did told you a fact about the outer event horizon that you didn't know. You could escape from the black hole if you were in the outer event horizon.
So there are only two kinds of black holes. There are stellar black holes and there are supermassive black holes. Are there any other kinds?
Well, and now I need to show you a cut open of a stellar black hole.
But are there any other kinds, or are those the only two kinds?
There's one more. But stellar black holes are tiny compared to supermassive black holes. Stellar black holes are formed when a large star dies. Once it dies, it collapses and becomes a stellar black hole. Stellar black holes...
But what happens when a star dies? What's it called?
Well, when a star dies, the explosion's called a supernova. And all that explosion goes away, and all that's left is the core, which is black, which became a black hole, and that's how a stellar black hole is formed.
Okay.
Stellar black hole. Stellar black holes are actually the easiest kind of black holes to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also the easiest black holes to see too.
Yeah. Okay.
I know supermassive black holes are harder, but one way you can find them is if you go to the center of the Milky Way. Once it looks like the center, then you'll probably find a supermassive black hole. And another reason that you might see one, if you see any stars getting pulled in, then that probably means you found a supermassive black hole.
They think there is a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy.
Yeah, I know, but that's how you can mostly find a supermassive black hole.
And the whole galaxy is orbiting around the supermassive black hole.
And also the stellar black holes along with the stars,
Yeah.
which are very tiny compared to them, the stellar.
Yeah, okay. What's the third kind? I want to know.
An intermediate.
What's an intermediate?
But first I need to show you a cut open of a stellar black hole. Let's start. The red and orange here is the event horizon. And stellar black holes only have one event horizon. Maybe it has an inner event horizon, but the red is much deeper in the event horizon.
So that's the outer and the inner event horizon?
I know. Well, no, this is only the outer event horizon. I know, but for a stellar black hole, I usually don't call it an inner event horizon. For a stellar black hole, I usually call it a very dark and crushed layer. Yeah, that's how it works for a stellar black hole. Well, I don't think that's the actual name, but that's a nickname that we call it, the dark and crushed layer for a stellar black hole.
That's what you call it?
Uh-huh. And I'm not sure that you would end up in a white hole. I think you would probably just stay sucked into the singularity forever.
That doesn't sound like very much fun.
I know. That's how it works for a stellar black hole. Yeah. If you chose a stellar black hole, then that means bad news. You'll get to stay in the singularity forever.
Oh, yeah, that is bad news.
Well, that's my guess. I don't think that's actual, but that's my guess.
I see. That's your hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the intermediary black holes.
Just a minute. Well, first, let's go and draw this. So, how do you spell? Okay, so this is the event horizon of a stellar black hole. This is the dark and crushed layer, and then this is the singularity. But something better of a singularity inside a stellar black hole is kind of more bluish than one in a supermassive black hole.
Oh.
In a stellar black hole.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
I gotta end this video though, Alex, so I need you to tell me about the third kind before I turn it off.
Okay, so I need another paper. Last is the intermediate black hole. But if you want me to tell about it, there's no good news. There's hardly any information about intermediate.
Oh, well, how do they know they exist?
Well, people do know. The only thing that people do know about intermediate black holes is that their size is in between the size of a stellar and supermassive.
So that's what makes it intermediate, is it's in between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's the only thing that they know. But first you need to see a picture of one.
Oh, okay.
And a cut open of an intermediate black hole. An intermediate black hole is kind of like a black plane on its own. It's actually the hardest kind of black hole to find.
I see.
Well, the only way you can find one, I know, but astronomers don't think that there's any intermediate black holes in our galaxy, but I think but there probably could be some in other galaxies in our universe.
Oh, so how do they know they exist?
Well, some people, I know with the black hole said that some people don't know that they exist, but some people don't know that it exists, but some others do.
Oh, okay. Well, can you close this video out and say goodbye?
But just a minute, I need to still draw one more thing. So, there's only two layers of an intermediate black hole, other than the stellar and supermassive. An intermediate black hole can mostly be found is actually a black hole itself. It's the kind of black hole that isn't in a galaxy, but it could be somewhere in the universe.
Oh, they think those are the ones that are just floating around somewhere randomly in the universe? I see.
And so, all of this is the event horizon. It's mostly just an event horizon, and there's a teeny tiny singularity, smaller than the stellar and supermassive. There's not much for the intermediate. That's what I think.
I see. That's your theory.
Yeah, so let me get it. Let me draw it. The teeny tiny singularity, no, it's the color, I think it's the color yellow.
Okay.
So the color of it is yellow. So here it is. So this is the very big event horizon of an intermediate black hole, and this is the small, teeny, tiny singularity of an intermediate black hole.
Okay. Now, can you say goodbye to our friends? Can you say thanks for watching?
Thanks for watching, and about black holes, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.